Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Odontogenic. Today we are going to start our new topic, that is calcifying odontogenic cyst. See, calcifying odontogenic cyst, it was first discovered by the Gorlin and then Gold. Gorlin and Gold had told that it is a cystic cavity having fluid filled. Then this lesion had peculiar keratinization. There is lots of keratin was accumulated in this lesion of all odontogenic and hair cells. Actually, there are lots of keratin in the hair cells, and so in the case of calcifying odontogenic cyst, which is a Gorlin-Gold cyst, they contain lots of amount of keratin protein. The lesion was not always a cyst. Actually, in the case of COC, there is lots of confusion was there. One major confusion was that should it be considered a cyst or a tumor. In the case of cyst, there is presence of fluid-filled cavity, may be lined by epithelium or may not be lined by epithelium. But in the case of tumor, it is solid with some keratin or some substance, that is hardy substance. There can be tenderness over it. In case of COC, due to the presence of keratin protein, it becomes hard and hence can be called a tumor. So there was confusion about it. Confusion between a cyst. So later, this according to the another classification by WHO, it was put in the case of tumor. There are two types. One is cystic type of COC and the another is solid type of COC. Clinical feature. In the case of clinical feature, we always follow one major thing, that is age, sex and site. In the case of age, any decade of life, but more commonly in the second and third decade of life, it is more common. Sex, it can be present in both gender equally, means male to female ratio is 1:1. Sex and site. Site is maxilla and mandible, but more common in the mandible, approximately 62%. But in the different races, like in the Asian, it is more common in mandible, in the African, more common in mandible, but in other European countries, it is more common in the maxilla. So different race has different predilection of the disease. Now, this cyst is not so common like dentigerous cyst, like radicular cyst, like OKC, amyloblastoma. This is not so much common. Those are very common, but it is little rare. Painless. Initially, it is painless until it is secondarily infected by some microorganisms. It is extensile in nature, means there is buccolingual and distomedial expansion can be seen, means the lesion can enlarge in the size. Radiographic feature. In the radiographic feature, we all know that how to write the radiographic interpretation. We will move from the outer border to the inner compartment. From the outer border, it is centrally located in the jaw. When we see in the radiograph, we will find that it is centrally located within the jaw. There is a presence of foci of opacification. Opacity means radio opaque. It will be present. Why? Because of the presence of the keratin, which is a solid proteinaceous in nature. expansible and is evident. Little expansion is evident. Dentogenic ghost cell tumor is known to present as expansive and radiopacity. Means there will be radiopacity, the border will be well demarcated, the corticated border will be present because there is bone. Histopathological feature. In the case of histopathological feature, we will write from epithelium to the basement membrane and to the connective tissue. See from the diagram that there is cystic lining shows a proliferation to a point which resemble like a ameloblastoma. Means the cystic lining will resemble like a ameloblastoma. Columnar cells means presence of stellate reticulum and spindle cells. Then presence of dentinoid, ghost cell keratinization means presence of ghost cell, but presence of ghost cell is not a very classical feature or diagnostic feature of the COC because these ghost cells can be found to be present in the adenomatoid tumor, in the case of ameloblastoma, in the case of different other lesions. The ghost cell can be found to be present. Presence of dentinoid. Then there can be presence of dystrophic calcification. Dystrophic calcification will be present. There will be lot of neutrophils in the connective tissue. The peripheral lesion, and it can become malignant also. Now coming to the treatment. In the treatment protocol, we follow two things. If the lesion size is small, we go for the enucleation through a very thorough curettage. But once the lesion is secondarily infected, we need some surgical intervention with the boundary of 1 centimeter. And then peripheral lesion by conservative excision, and if it has become a tumor-like growth, means it has become solid with lots of keratinization, we need to surgically remove the tumor and do some radiotherapy or chemotherapy. So this was all about the CRISPR, which is a calcifying odontogenic cyst. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was so, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel Odontogenic. We have also started our own coaching institute for the 11th and 12th biology, and we offer online and offline classes. Hope you will like our videos and enjoy our videos. Thank you. That's all for